Hi guys, my name is Stefan and I've got the idea to go all the way from Singapore to Shanghai on a motorcycle. I've got 50 days for that, and to give you a little overview about my trip and everything, I had some talk in front of the camera yesterday, and you can just listen or watch that, and otherwise I will keep you updated on the trip every like 2 or 3 days, and yeah, I would love if you could follow my trip. I was in Singapore for half a year, and I was, yes, let's say inspired by 3 things to do that trip. The first thing was I did once when I was with my 3 of my friends. We did a tour from Munich to Rome on a bicycle, and the thing is, what I have seen there with my friends together, that it was honestly one of the nicest experiences we ever had, just because you can see the country from a different perspective you've ever seen it before. All of us have been in Italy before, but since we were riding with the bicycle through the small towns, you really get to know the other countries. You really get to know the country we're in. And basically, when you're just flying from one city to the other city, which we did when we were interns in Singapore almost every weekend, then you do not really get to know the spirit of a country. And that's the reason why I would love, or that's the reason why I decided to do the motorcycle trip, to go through overall 6 countries. It should be 6, should be Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, I'm not 100% sure about them, Vietnam and China. Yeah, and that's what I want to see. I want to get to know the countries and the culture and the people, how they actually are. That was one of the reasons why I decided to do the tour. The other reason was there were these 2 brothers, and they did a bicycle trip. It was also on a bicycle, all the way from Berlin to Shanghai. It took them around 6 months, and there was a documentary about them in the television, and I really loved it. And after I've seen that, I was like, okay, I need to do something similar. First I was thinking about getting a bicycle as well, but the thing is, you really need to have a lot of time. And since I do not have 6 months, to be honest, I was thinking, hey, okay, how can I do it faster? I just got this little vehicle back there, and yeah, that's the other inspiration I got from the 2 brothers who went from Berlin to Shanghai. And my third inspiration actually was a motorcycle trip I did with a friend of mine in Christmas. During the Christmas break, we were for 10 days. We were traveling through Vietnam, and there was like a test run for me. And when I was sitting on the motorcycle there, I enjoyed every single second. And that's the reason why I decided, okay, I want to do this, and yes, that's when I started to plan my trip. In the beginning, in January, when I told some of my friends from the place I did my internship at, some of them were like, Stefan, I wouldn't recommend to do that, oh, it is dangerous, oh, Stefan, how can you manage it? Yes, I know, maybe it's not going to work out, maybe I will have issues at borders, maybe I will have issues with some policemen, maybe I have issues, I don't know, unforeseen ones, but hey, let's give it a shot. I've got 2 months, and in my opinion, the thing is, you only need to have, for traveling, you only need to have a credit card and a passport, and that's basically all. And as long as I have these both items with me, I think the next 2 months will be really awesome. So, how did it all start? When I was in January, then I decided, okay, I really want to do it, and then I got up to Malaysia, actually to JB, a town close to Singapore, and I went to buy a motorcycle there, and I had some thoughts in my head which I wanted to get. First, I wanted to get a motocross motorcycle because I want to go a little off-road. The thing is, the thing is why I did not get one is it is really hard to get spare parts for motorcycles, and that was the second thing I had to take care of when I bought my motorcycle. Was I really wanted to have a motorcycle which I can have spare parts and which I can have repaired everywhere all over Asia. and that's the reason why I came up with the Honda Future. There's one little funny test on the internet. I will get you the link for that. I watched the test and I was like, I need to have that bicycle actually, and I think that's because that bicycle is built that motorcycle is built in Thailand, and you can have it repaired everywhere all over Southeast Asia. And the other thing is why I didn't get a bigger machine, which I would have loved to, because in my opinion more power is always better, no matter where. That's the reason why I wanted to get a bigger machine, but this is basically 125cc, and it only has around 10 horsepower, but it is okay. It goes up to 120, 130, something like that. And the thing is why I didn't get a bigger one is because I think it's easier to go with the small bicycles, the small motorcycles across all the borders, because otherwise you are often held up, or you have any issues in the borders, because they say, okay, that's a big motorcycle, you're not allowed in here. And I think, or I hope, that most of the borders here in Southeast Asia treat those guys as bicycles, basically, because they're so common everywhere. So I hope that's not a big issue. That's the reason why I got the Honda Future. That's my motorcycle, and I started off yesterday in Singapore. Went up to JB, where an awesome dude I met there. His name is Soma. He's really nice guy, and he helped me to buy it, he helped me to store it at his place, he helped me to do all the translations, went to a workshop with me yesterday, got the box installed and everything. Thank you so much. Without you, I think I would have not been able to do that trip. So I went up there and I got my bike at Soma's place, and then yes, I started off a little later than I expected to start off. I went off at around 3 p.m. And of course, on the first day, I wanted to get, what was it, like, I think 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers. The thing is, it started raining right away. So basically, I was standing underneath the bridge and I was thinking, oh my gosh, was that a good idea to do the trip or not? But I think it was in the end. So basically, I came to Mersing because I was going through rain around an hour. And but I got all my rain cover on and everything, so basically I was really fine. And then I arrived in Mersing, and it was actually again beautiful sunshine. I went into a hostel, grabbed something to eat, and went to bed. And it turned out that in the hostel they had bed bugs, so I was basically I was scratching myself, and it was itching all night, and I couldn't really sleep. That's the reason why I've just laid down on the floor and slept there. So I think I can have, or I hope I will have better nights now. And then in the end today I started immersing, and I was driving up the coast, up to, oh my god, what's the name of the city? Kuantan, I think it's Kuantan, I think. That should be 20 kilometers in this direction. So I'm gonna arrive there today at 4 p.m, something around that. And yes, then that would be my second day. For the overall trip, what I can tell you is what I've planned is around 50 days. I have already a flight booked on the 17th of June from Shanghai to Japan, because I'm gonna go to a summer school after that. So basically I have to be in Shanghai somehow on the 17th of June. So what I've got, I did some calculations, and basically when you look at Google Maps, you can see that it's around straight way. It should be something around 6,000 or 7,000 kilometers on the roads, and like all the way from Singapore to Shanghai. But the thing is, I think I'm not gonna always go on the straight roads. I always want to go on small roads, because everybody who drives motorcycles knows big roads, you don't have any fun on that. You want to go through curves, you want to have the smaller roads, and you can see more, and you've got beautiful nature here as well. That's the reason why I'm going to go on the small roads. And I think if you add all of them up, that's just a rough estimation, and educated or uneducated guess, I think it should be something around 10,000 kilometers, and I've got 50 days. And if you do the math, then you can see that I've got around 200 kilometers per day. And I think in Malaysia, it's not a problem to do the 200 kilometers a day, because the streets are very nice. But I think if you come up to Laos, Cambodia or Vietnam, it's going to be really tough to do all of these kilometers a day. That's the reason why I try to get through Malaysia as fast as possible. I don't know, maybe 4, maybe 5 days. And then through Thailand it should be the same. I think the streets should be good, and then I think I'm gonna have a little tougher time in Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam. But let's see how that turns out. I think I just have the rough estimation of 200 kilometers a day, which I should do. If I'm above that, it's good. If I'm underneath that, I know on the next day I should do a little more. Yeah, that's basically my planning, and I hope that turns out well. To sum it all up, I want to go from Singapore to Shanghai in 50 days on a motorcycle, and I do not know if it's going to work out. I just got in preparation, I just got one visa. That's the one for China. The rest should be all on arrival, but I do not know if I'm gonna come in there with the bike in every country. So maybe it's gonna turn out that I'm just gonna get stuck somewhere, and then I need to always adapt to the situation and see what's the best we can do out of that. Yeah, so basically that's all. I think I keep you guys updated, maybe, I don't know, every day. Depends on how much internet access I do have. Every day, every second day, something like that. And yes, then we can see. And please do not expect, sorry about that, please don't expect any fancy videos or anything. To be honest, I think I'm not the best at editing videos. That's the reason why you're just gonna get the basic stuff without any introduction, without any like nice pictures flying in and out. You're just gonna get the stuff I'm gonna tell you. I think it's the most I can do for you. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for following my trip, and I hope I will update you in 2 days.